Today in crypto land, Bitcoin is heating up big time with a strong move crossing over the $11,000 mark. What the heck is going on in the markets? Gold moved up by $50 and some people got excited, but I actually want to explore what that could mean for Bitcoin. And we're also going to be looking at the altcoin markets and exploring whether or not they are ever going to recover. Before we do get into that, you can play the markets if you want by shorting and longing Bitcoin, Ethereum, EOS, and XRP over on Bybit. You can check out the link down below to get your $10 sign-up bonus and get a further $50 free in Bitcoin after depositing 0.2 Bitcoin or 6 Ethereum. Please understand that this is a margin trading site, and that margin trading is a high-risk, high-reward game and is definitely not for beginners. Seriously, do not screw around with this if you do not know what you are doing. Also, Bybit does restrict some jurisdictions from trading on the website, but in that situation, VPNs are your friend. Bitcoin is rocking over $10,000. Yes! In fact, it crested over $11,000 before moving back down. Not like you don't know that already, of course. I'm sure you guys have been watching the price very closely, but boy, oh boy, does it feel good. Oh yeah. Still a long way to go for a new all-time high, but I think we can all appreciate how nice it feels to be back into the 5-digit zone. The question now, though, is that we are over $10,000 is, where is that big retail FOMO that we've been expecting? Well, let's look at the Google search trends and compare it to late 2017, early 2018. It shows us that today there are 82% fewer searches than there were during the last bull run. Come on, retail investors, where are you guys at? What are you waiting for? I know you want to buy up some of that sweet, sweet crypto. Come on in, guys. The water's nice. You can't fool me. Anyway, guys, the reality is that retail has not shown up in any significant way yet. New people are coming in every day, but right now, it's a trickle. It's not a flood. We are still in a game where institutional money is calling the shots. Just look at the CME Bitcoin futures markets. They have been exploding recently with a total open interest passing $273 million the other day. But we still do have the unregulated markets like BitMEX, and they did a record volume on Saturday, so there is that to keep in mind as well. The CME said that this is all precisely due to interest from institutions. So institutions are looking at the official platforms, not at BitMEX, of course. Then, of course, we have Backed and their physically settled futures contracts, which are scheduled for testing next month. And a recent announcement that Backed Pay, which is a crypto payment app for mobile, is under development. And that's very cool. But we must realize that big players like Backed, they are building the tools now for retail to use in the future. These are not overnight plays by any means. Moving on to gold. So the price of gold skyrocketed the other day, moving up in price by around $50, reaching a little over $1,400 in total. Meanwhile, Bitcoin moved up around $1,400 in about a 48-hour period the other day. Oh, gold. Anyway, actually, I like gold. Even though I do not hold any gold personally, I respect those who do invest in gold and who understand the value of sound money. And so if you choose to hold gold, I get it. And I know that many of you out there listening have a little stash of gold and that you're also stacking Satoshis on the side. But I'm not here to talk about the gold markets, because I actually think that gold spiking up in price is actually bullish for Bitcoin on a macro level, because what we see are more investors seeking out hard money, cashing out their dirty fiat for something better. The global dysfunction of markets and the global dysfunction of economies and all these BS political games, the sanctions, the capital controls, the total ineptitude of central banks, all of this stuff is driving investors into monetary safe havens. A bullish move for gold, I think, can certainly be seen as a canary in the cage for Bitcoin. People want to protect their wealth. Gold is one way to do that. Bitcoin is another. Gold has a $7 trillion market cap. Bitcoin, far from it. For many people, of course, Bitcoin will be a superior way to protect their wealth, or perhaps to transfer wealth to family members in politically sensitive places, to do things that gold simply cannot compete with. They're different things, but they're related in the sense of being sound money. Now let's move on to the core of today's chat, the altcoin markets and the possible incoming altcoin explosion, or at least we hope that's going to happen, because man, oh man, so many of my altcoins are getting slaughtered compared to the price of Bitcoin right now. And I know that the more maximalist leaning members of the crowd out there will be cheering on the demise of altcoins, but I for one love the altcoin markets. They can be a very profitable place to splash around sometimes. Now, the last time that Bitcoin was over $10,000 was back in March of 2018. The total market cap of the entire crypto economy at the time was around $440 billion versus a total market cap of $325 billion right now. The total market cap of Bitcoin at the time was around $180 billion. And we have just a little shy of the $190 billion market cap for Bitcoin today. The entire altcoin market in March 2018 was worth around $260 billion compared to $135 billion today. Bitcoin dominance was around 42% back in March 2018, around 58.5% today. Bitcoin dominance peaked around 65% during the last bull run before the altcoins went crazy. Now, some analysts are saying that we need to see Bitcoin dominance hit up to 70% before we see the alts really move, but man, that would be painful for a lot of altcoins, keeping it real. Now, what do all of these numbers tell us? Well, first and foremost is that Bitcoin is a honey badger monster beast that respects absolutely nothing and breaks everything in its path. Bitcoin. And secondly, that the alt markets are seriously undervalued at the moment. I mean, really, $115 billion undervalued compared to the last time Bitcoin was at these prices. Think about that for a second. But Bitcoin in March 2018 was already in a downtrend. In fact, the whole market was. Perhaps it is much more informative to actually look back at November 2017, the first time that Bitcoin crossed the $10,000 mark. The altcoin market back then was worth $135 billion. Now, where did we see that number before? Oh, that is almost exactly the size of the altcoin market today. It's uncanny, isn't it? The entire altcoin market went up 3.5x in about a month, adding $400 billion to the total altcoin market cap before reaching $535 billion, and then, of course, cooling off significantly. Some altcoins, especially some of the high hype stuff, did 100x plus. Currently, Bitcoin is crushing. And that's happening for a range of reasons. But actually, I think that the altcoin markets are better than they have ever been. We have better projects, we have better tech, we have better initial offerings. In fact, I think the whole IEO model is a net positive for the crypto world right now. And yes, IEOs are giving a similar amount of wealth creation that we did see happening back in the ICO boom, although it is a bit more limited at this time. Also, we see more projects reaching completion, coming to their main nets, getting great partnerships, less scams. That's a positive, of course. And of course, more decentralized financial products coming. And the DEX world is increasingly robust with strong competitors getting actual volume. But the altcoin markets do lack a few major things. For one, they lack the institutional buyers, who are the ones that are probably the biggest driving force behind the Bitcoin market right now. Another thing that the altcoin markets lack are the fiat on-ramps and off-ramps. I mean, yeah, sure, some of the big caps like Ethereum are pretty well covered with fiat on and off-ramps, but the majority of altcoins completely lack that. Alt markets are facing increased regulatory hurdles in the USA with a growing list of exchanges excluding US citizens, which obviously is important because US investors are a big part of the entire crypto economy. We still also need to see some altcoin projects really just absolutely explode into the public consciousness, whether that's going to be something like EOS's voice project or that's going to be something like Vid. Hard to say, but we do need to see one of those come into play here in the near future. At this stage, personally, most of my altcoin portfolio is either in currency coins like Monero or Zcash or Litecoin, or in infrastructure stuff like Ethereum and Harmony and Zilliqa. Utility tokens at this stage of the game remain super speculative and I think are probably largely best avoided. When will alt season come? Well, it's hard to say exactly. We have had some mini alt runs already, but for the big boy run, Bitcoin will probably need to break some more things first. Keeping it real, guys. There is a strong likelihood that Bitcoin will break the $1 trillion mark on this market cap cycle. Bitcoin was at $20,000 back when the market cap was $300 billion. Bitcoin over $60,000 will get us to around that $1 trillion mark just for the market cap of Bitcoin. If the alt markets perform in a similar way to how they did last time, then we could see an altcoin market worth $1.5 trillion, which is about a 10x from the current prices for the entire altcoin market, which means that we could see a whole host of 100x plus altcoin runs. A lot of that will be based on speculation. Retail will FOMO at some point and they're going to buy these cheap coins. Pro tip for you, if your altcoin pumps by 100x, good God, take some profits on it. Do not let greed get the best of you. Seriously, guys. The question is whether alts will start to pick up steam soon, or if we have to wait for Bitcoin to finish its lunch before all of us altcoin investors can get a seat at the table. What do you guys think? Will altcoin markets heat up in a big way in the very near future, or do we have to wait for Bitcoin to have its moment first before the altcoin markets take off? Let me know about it down below in the comment section, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. As always, you guys are super freaking awesome, so thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come over here and check out this video. If you did enjoy it, hit that thumbs up button, guys. And if you're new around here, or you know someone who's new around here to crypto, send them over to thecryptolark.org. I made a free course. It's designed to help get new people involved in crypto. So it's everything from how to store your crypto, where to buy crypto, top tips for investing, all that fun kind of stuff. Great course for beginners, so go and check it out. By the way, if you are new around here, hit that subscribe button, guys, and click the bell to know when I put out a new video. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.